OK, let's have a look at the runner. 7 furlongs is the trip, returning to Handicap Company. And the first horse that's picked up here is actually the one that's been in here the longest. The jockeys came out a while ago, and the only horse that was in the parade ring at that point was Emily, number 3. A daughter of Inns of Court, who hasn't been seen on track for a while, since November, since having a crack at a better race than this, the listed Bosrasham at Newmarket. And she had a busy but useful time at 2 as well, running 9 times, having not even debuted until late June. So we'll see where we are with her on her return, and also her all-weather debut as well. That is Emily. I think the one in behind is number 2, Gunfighter. Shane Murphy will be looking to go one better than last time. Gunfighter, who'll bid to confirm form from Wolverhampton a couple of starts ago with Neapolitan. £3 worse terms, but we've seen that already tonight. Doesn't have to influence the result necessarily. That third at Lingfield last time, behind first Encore, wasn't bad. Only half a length behind the front 2, and the second has come out and won. I would think on the revised weights, he's probably got the ability in the upside to confirm and maintain form over Neapolitan. But we'll see. The bell's gone, so we'll drop back 2 to AHLAIN, number 4, who's really interesting. AHLAIN for James Tate. Well-bred filly. Now, talked about one coming off a break since trying a good race at 2 in the form of Emily in the Bosrasham. This one tried the Prestige at Goodwood when last seen at the back end of August, when the ground was considered too soft for her. She won here the time before, and while the mixed messages the form has offered up might leave you with a little bit of doubt potentially, there's one big tick, and that's the fact that she beat a horse called Gushing Gold, who won a nursery at the Ebor meeting next time. She's got an opening mark of 81, this daughter of Too Darn Hot, and she's interesting. Last one is number 6. Holly Dawes about to get on Cross the Tracks. Cheap pieces, and then Blinkers tried in recent times. Blinkers on last time, they're retained. And keeping 7 furlongs, having run 4th here over the distance to Flag Carrier last time. I thought a good run, having been nearer the speed and stuck about for a long way. And a replication of that against horses that some of them are potentially lurking, and on the return, it would be a good solid run, and Cross the Tracks might not be too far away if replicating that form. We'll see. Right, runners are on their way out. Let's get a check on the market. Well, when I'm compiling my email to studio@racingtv.com, I'll be requesting more puns of that calibre. Thank you very much, Tom Bull. Right, Gunfighter, 15-8. Neapolitan, the old rival, now 5-2. Was 11-2 earlier, and they are very much closer than perhaps we might have anticipated earlier on. I know George is a fan of Neapolitan. 2-1, place 5-2. They're almost joint favourites. AHLAIN at 5-1. Rich Glory's 13-2. Cheap pieces go on. Another on the return, off since October and gelded since then. Looked sharp and looked like an improver when winning at Nottingham back in June on the second start. But I guess there you go with that horse. Back off the break. New trip, all-weather debut, first run since gelding. Quite a few questions to answer. 11-2 earlier, 13-2 now. Not so much movement. And bar those, Emily 9-1 has been clipped in and crossed the tracks at 12s. We almost had joint favourites. I just wonder whether Neapolitan, having got close, has just edged out slightly, or Gunfighter's come back in slightly, but we shall see. It was Gunfighter who beat Neapolitan at Wolverhampton back in December. So we'll see if that form, like our previous race, stands up. Neapolitan goes forward. Here's Mark.
To combine, just taking one last turn behind the stalls with Holly Doyle in the saddle. It's forward now. They're in the gate. And they're off. 3-year-olds over 7 furlongs. The Unibet more boosts in more races handicap. It was quite a level break. And the early lead goes to Rich Glory. Towards that one's outside is AHLAIN, who races in second position. And then getting cover towards the inside rail is Gunfighter, although racing keenly. On that one's outside is Emily. At the moment, the last duo. Neapolitan, who races on the inside of Cross the Tracks. They go into the turn at the far end of the back straight, and it's Rich Glory and Callum Rodriguez. They lead by a neck. To on the outside, AHLAIN racing in second. A length and a half away, Gunfighter is in third. Emily on the turn in fourth position, then a further length to the inside, Neapolitan, and the back marker is Cross the Tracks as they complete the turn inside the final 3 furlongs. Rich Glory still has the lead to AHLAIN in second position. Still covered up on the inside is Gunfighter. Emily now begins to unwind down the centre of the course, followed into the race by Neapolitan, and the back marker is Cross the Tracks. It's now AHLAIN who goes on with a furlong and a half to run. Gunfighter to the inside. Emily on the near side. Neapolitan rather one-paced. Inside the final half furlong, it's AHLAIN and Clifford Lee. They still have a lead of 3 parts of a length over Emily. Up to the line, it is AHLAIN to win. Emily in second, Gunfighter in third, Neapolitan filled out fourth.
AHLAIN has won, daughter of Too Darn Hot, and she's taken it to 2 from 4 for the career. It's been a little while since we've seen her, AHLAIN, not since the back end of August, and a little bit of a different test today than Goodwood's Prestige Stakes Group 3 when it was considered that the ground was too soft for her. No problem today, and she's won off an opening mark of 81. She did win here the time before, so she's clearly got a propensity to run well here. She's travelled well through this, where they didn't go any madcap gallop, and it was likely to be a bit of a sprint and dash to the line. Rich Glory giving best by this point, and you can see there the winning rider, Clifford Lee, beginning to just stoke up and get the best out of AHLAIN. She was entitled to need this, but she's won anyway. The big nemesis, that was Gunfighter under Oisin Murphy over on that far side. I'm not sure how close they would have come together, but has had that chance before, just fading a little bit. And I think Emily, not dissimilar in ways to our winner, given the fact that she was on return for the first time this year. She's run particularly creditably. She hasn't been seen for 96 days, so not quite the absence of the winner, but she was tried at a good level and had plenty of racing last year. I guess when it comes down to the bare bones of who beat who this time, well, Gunfighter's finished on top of Neapolitan once again, but that form has been left behind with a potential improver and the fascinating, well-bred AHLAIN, who has won off an opening mark of 81. We'll see what the future holds for her and get a word with the winning rider.